I'm Justine. Welcome to Just in the Kitchen. Today I am going to make a strawberry cream cake. It is something I have made for years. Mark always requests it for his birthday cake. You can take this recipe and make it into a rabbit at Easter with little rabbit ears and use the strawberries to decorate its little face. There's a lot you can do with it. You can do it in a sheet pan. I like doing it in a layer cake. It just looks more homey that way. It looks like something my granny would make. So I do the layer cake, but if you're feeding more, I would suggest the sheet cake because it's easier to cut. And so we're going to get started on the ingredients. We have flour, salt, baking soda, and baking powder. The baking soda is to help rise because I'm going to use buttermilk. The buttermilk goes with the baking soda and it helps it to rise. I have sugar, butter, egg yolks, and buttermilk with some vanilla bean paste. And right there's 2 teaspoons. If you like it more like a vanilla taste, then add more vanilla. But I'm going to use 2 teaspoons because the strawberry is going to be the center of this cake. Let's get going with our ingredients. What I'm going to do is I am going to put in here my butter, and this is unsalted butter, and it's softened. All my ingredients are room temperature. It just makes it incorporate better, and if you use cold butter, it will not work. It will not make it nice and smooth. And so what I'm going to do is called creaming, and it is creaming the butter and the sugar together, which is what I'm going to do. This cake is a wow at any party you take it to. It is a wow. They're going to be amazed at it, and they're not going to realize how easy it is to make. Now, I have before used cake mix on this one, though I'm not today, so I can show you the cake mix. It's a heavier, it's a heavier cake. It's mixed between a pound and a cake, so it can hold the strawberries and all the strawberries. Then we're going to add the eggs. I remember when I was younger, I made creamed butter and sugar, and I thought I had done something, although nobody would eat it. So you want to add, as you go in, the eggs. One at a time until they incorporate. Boom, boom, boom. And it is such a pretty yellow color. This with the butter, with the egg yolks, not the eggs, you will have a yellow cake. You will think it's a lemon cake, but it's not. And when you do this, you're going to want to preheat your oven while you are mixing this, and then your oven should be ready. This is cake flour. This is not all-purpose flour. Cake flour is 27 times finer than the regular all-purpose flour, and it'll make for a lighter cake. So what I'm doing is I'm just sifting all my ingredients together, make sure they're mixed, make sure it's light and fluffy, and this will make a cake better. Yay! These are all little secrets. And when you measure your flour, you don't want to pack it down. You kind of want to go in, stir it up, and then get a light cup of flour. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the vanilla paste. Something's preheated and it's ready. I love this vanilla bean paste. And then I'm going to add flour, milk, flour, milk, flour. I don't know if I said that right, but 3 times you add flour, 2 times milk, and you want to begin and end with flour. I usually push it up so I don't make a mess. And you want to start it slow. And then you don't want to overmix it. You don't want to like just keep mixing and mixing and mixing because the flour will make the gluten, which will make for a tough cake. I know somebody laughed at me one time when I said, oh, the cake is so tender. And they're like, tender? Yeah, tender. The cake is tender. Okay, it's all done. See, you didn't overbeat it. You didn't do anything like that, and you will have a tender cake. Let's put that in there. I'm going to show you my pan. See how I put butter, soft butter all over it, and then you put flour in it, hit it out. Make sure you get all the sides so the cake doesn't stick. Look at that, isn't that? See what I mean? How it's not like a cake mix? It is light and airy, if you could see it. It almost looks like ice cream. And I don't know if you can see the vanilla bean in there. It is so good. If you don't make homemade cakes, you should try this one. It is to die for. This is light, airy vanilla bean. I keep saying vanilla. You know why? Because I had an aunt that used to call it vanilla. So that was on my dad's side. So when I think of vanilla, I think of her saying vanilla. And then you just put it in there. You're going to smooth it out, kind of equal it up. I always eyeball, I don't measure exact. Get it off of there. Put it in. A couple things I do right before I put it in is even it out, and then watch as much as I can. And then take it. Maybe not that hard. That gets the air bubbles out of it, and a little on me for later. Then what I'm going to do, put it in the oven. The oven's preheated to 350. You're going to cook it for about 35 minutes. You'll take a toothpick, check it. I would check, everybody's oven's a little bit different, and if you don't calibrate it, I would start checking at about 25 minutes to see if it's done. And it will be ready, and I'll come back and show you what to do with the strawberries. Here is the strawberry filling. It's really easy. You take the strawberries. It depends whether you're going to make a 9x13 pan or you're going to make a layered. Layer takes more strawberries, but I have 2 pints. They're small strawberries, since they're fresh Michigan strawberries. When you get the gallon from the store, they're big strawberries, so there's not as many in it. Or it's a pound, actually. It's a pound of strawberries. This is 2 pints. So if I'm doing the ones from the store, I'll get 4 for a layered cake, and then I have extras. As you can see, I put back the nicest to decorate the cake with. So here I have sugar, and it's called macerating your strawberries. You just put your sugar in, and if you have too much sugar, I just usually eyeball it. You can add more or less to your desire, but what happens is it makes juice, and so it's like a syrup that you can spread over the layers. What I'll do is slice the layers and then put a little juice and layer the strawberries, and that's it for the filling. In my mixer, I have a quart, which is 4 cups of heavy whipping cream. This is chilled, the whipping cream is cold, and I have powdered sugar that I'm going to put in there. Get it all in? Yes, I did. So I have the powdered sugar. Here is gelatin. It's 4 tablespoons of unflavored gelatin with a 1/4 cup of water. I mix it up. I put it in the microwave, and I keep stirring it. I do it for about 1.5 minutes till, as you can see, it's liquid. And then to cool it down really quick, I put an ice cube in it and stir it around. This will be what you call stabilizing your whipped cream, because otherwise, if you put it on a cake, it would just get yucky. Now you want to mix it quick because that'll cool, and you don't want it to cool in there because it will become gelatinous. So I should have really been mixing it as I poured the gelatin in, and I've got vanilla. Now we're just going to mix the whipped cream, which is basically your frosting. See, as it sets, it will become more like frosting, and people will think you frosted your cake, and they will be pleasantly surprised that you did not frost it, but you used whipped cream to frost it. You didn't use icing to frost it, you used a whipped cream. So this is what it looks like, and it's very good. It's very nummy, and it's very cold. So I'm going to put this in. As soon as my cake is cooled down, we'll assemble it and then we'll try a bite. Nummy, nummy for my tummy. See you in a second. Now, here's how to make the prettiest summer cake you will ever need to take to anywhere or for birthdays. You just take the strawberries. Remember, you didn't cook them, you didn't anything. You just added some sugar to it and you layer it. So I've already done 2 layers, and what I'm basically doing is those strawberries that I macerated with some sugar, I'm just using it for filling. So it's like a strawberry shortcake, but once I'm done, it's a prettier version of it. I have cut each of my layers in half. So all you do is you take a knife and you just work your way around this way. Whoop. Like you're a ninja. I don't know if ninjas cut like that. I just take this and flip on top. And you want to kind of just a little bit, not hard. You want to compact it. Now, I will take this whipped cream that I have, stabilized. And if you just used whipped cream kind of loses its oomph after a bit. With the gelatin, it's going to take it, and you just want to take it around the top and go around like this. And it's going to look old-fashioned. It is not going to be like a store where you're piping things on or anything like that. It's just going to be a home, like your granny made. I'm going to take these strawberries and not cut it all the way through. There's one. And I fan them out. I cut up to the stem, but not through the stem. There is my last strawberry in the cake. Tell me you would not be proud to take that cake to somewhere, to a party, to I don't know, a boyfriend's house, to your mother-in-law's house. Tell me you would not be proud to take that cake to someone's house. That is such a pretty cake, and it would be the hit. So I am going to take, okay, here's the bite. Now look at that. Ooh, so moist. It is so moist and so good. That whipped cream just adds to it. It's a great summer flavor. Remember, down in the bottom, there's going to be a subscribe button. So go to www.justinthekitchen.com. Look at my videos. Join me on Facebook. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. God bless. Have a great day. Enjoy this cake. Bye-bye.